What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for jumping in to this video today. My name is Danny ColdBlood, aka MusicVidiot, and I am here in Grand Theft Auto 5 online, and we are looking at a picture here, and this is a very suspicious picture. I noticed this when the Biker DLC first dropped. This is a photo inside of the motorcycle clubhouse, and you know, looking at this picture, I thought that reminds me of Ghost Rider almost. It's got chains on it, skull, you know, it's kind of themed like the Ghost Rider. And I kind of thought to myself, maybe this thing is going to be in an update sometime. But I didn't want to come out with a video like that because I wasn't sure. It was just my thoughts. But now we have the new update coming out tomorrow, and it's got that Sanctum bike in there, which has a skull on it. It looks similar to this, not quite the same, but I mean, that just goes to show you guys, they do put stuff in the game of what they're going to have come out next or whatever. So, I mean, it's always good to, like, look around whenever an update or DLC drops, see what's out there, see what you guys come up with, and if it's something interesting enough, bring it up to your friends, you know, or other hunters, see what you may have just found. But talking about hunting with friends, I have somebody in my clubhouse right now, good friend of mine. Who's that over there by that awesome heart mural? Oh my God. It's Delta. What's going on, Delta? How you doing, buddy?
Long time no see, guys. How you guys doing?
That's awesome.
Good. I know you guys can't answer.
They can't. They can't. Well, you know what? They can. It's just going to be delayed. And that's the cool thing about today, guys. We're going to do a quick discussion. It's not going to be too long. But it is going to be said right now that if you have something that you want to tell us or anything that you found on or off topic, we will be trying as best as we can to skim through your comments and pop in and out with whatever we have to reply to you with, if we have anything to say to you at all. That sounded bad, but honestly, it was meant with best of wishes. So, Delta, man, there's so much stuff that I want to get to today, but we can't. It's going to be a pretty short one, like I said. But I've noticed so many things in this update already, dude. Tons and tons of shit. Actually, I feel like I found more clues in this update than any other update before. I don't know, dude, if there's something they're trying to show us or not, but looking at the loading screens, just like when you turn the game on and you get those different screens that they show you, they're, you know, talking about how they're going to give us $250,000 in our bank. They're talking about different things, but well, there's a couple things I want to bring up to you, but one of them is it brings up 3 vehicles in a row, and it says the T20, the Zentorno, and it also says the Aquarius. Now, are you a believer, or what do you think of this? Do you think that this is me going crazy, or do you think that they're bringing up those 3 in a row because they're trying to subliminally give us hints? Because I see, you know, Zentorno, you take, you know, segregate and rearrange it itself, and you got Zen, which I think of like meditation and yoga, and then you got Entorno, which means basically like your environment. So you kind of got like a yoga type of environment, and then the next one was the T20, which if you segregate and rearrange that, that's TO2, like the tunnel in Mount Chiliad. Okay, now we got 2 mountains now, Gordo and Chiliad, Secret Tunnel. And then you got the Aquarius, which we both know is directed straight at the stars. I mean, we're told to shoot for the stars, but I mean, 3 of those things, 3 big major topics that we've both, you know, looked into at least a little bit, if not very heavily. What's your thoughts on this? I would like to get your opinion on all this.
I mean, I really like the idea that how you pointed out, like they use pulling out certain cars and segregating, rearranging, and then saying the tornado. I really like that idea. You gotta remember too that, you know, all angles here. That the game also came out in October, and they're like only certain cars are on sale. I don't know. I don't really. I have mixed feelings with this. Like I like the idea that it could be a clue. I would go with it as a clue, but keep in the back of your head too that it might not be.
Right. I see what you're saying, dude.
It might just be select vehicles that are on sale, fan favorites. But I think it is odd that they did, out of all the ones that are on sale, why did they pick the Zentorno? Like the Pegasi Zentorno, the Progen 220, and the Aquarius yacht. Why those ones? Why did they mention just those ones out of all the other ones that are on sale as well? Who knows?
Right. Like that's what caught me off guard. Like it hit me like a ton of bricks as I'm looking at it. That I'm like, wait a minute, and it just happens to coincide with everything that we've been talking about lately. Like I really do believe Rockstar does pay attention to Reddit, YouTube. I think they're looking to see where the hunt is so far in our progress, and why the hell are they bringing up the fucking tunnels? I mean, everything that we're looking at in the recent
Mhm.
past. I mean, the one other loading screen talks about. I know it's the anniversary, 3 year anniversary, and that's when the Beach Bum update came out. But that's the only update they bring up, making me wonder if there's something in that update. But also, maybe generalizing, maybe they're trying to show us, hey, there's stuff that is in updates that you should be looking for. Like, for example, that Beast and Bigfoot update. I mean, not update, but they threw that whole Easter egg in the game. They updated the game without even telling us that that was in there,
Yeah.
but making it very easy, almost too easy for hunters to find. What would you, if you were gonna elaborate on that, what's your thoughts on that?
I think the whole thing with the Sasquatch Easter egg got solved a little too quick. Um, I think that that's a big, huge clue to how we're supposed to do things in the game, and I think everyone's overlooking it because it's been solved and look past it. But look at the requirements for everything in the Sasquatch mission, from where you start, from how you start the mission, even getting it in general. You have to do the last one mission, and then the requirements of going each day to a different peyote plant from what is it, east to west, or I forget what it is, west to east or east to west. And when you're
West to
done, you
east.
have to go on a little hunt across the map and following sounds. I'm not sure if like it is exactly like that, like where like you have to do the same thing, go to certain peyote plants and listen to certain growls. I'm not saying you have to listen to the growls, but what if like you have to just go to certain things across the map from one point to the other, and when you're done, you have to stand in a certain location. Because if you notice, to get the Sasquatch, you have to stand in a bush, a random bush inside the scrapyard, for like 15 seconds before the Sasquatch actually appears. So that kind of tells me maybe we have to do stand somewhere else for 15 seconds. Maybe people have solved it, and the one thing we're overlooking is this one little step of standing somewhere for 15 seconds and then going somewhere else for another 15 seconds. And going somewhere each day of the week and standing somewhere each day of the week somewhere. But the question is, where do we go? Where are those points at? I feel personally the last point would be the UFO above the bunker itself. It would be the last point on the west side. So where do we start on the east side? Do we start like on Mount Gordo, and then we work our way down to the lighthouse, and then from the lighthouse we go somewhere else, and from there we go somewhere else, and then we end on the bunker, and that's the way of completing
I,
it?
I
I don't know.
really
I just
like
feel
that.
like the Sasquatch was solved way too fast, and there was a reason why they put it in the game. Just like every other DLC they added this game containing so many clues. That one itself is probably, I feel like, is the biggest clue. Like, here you guys go, take this idea and apply it to the mystery that you guys are hunting for, and you'll solve it. And
Also,
everyone just overlooks it.
I think you're onto something because, dude, as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, that's the only time that they've added an Easter egg in like that without our knowledge. They just slipped it in. Really
But
giving
the
the
thing is, though, they left like they gave code, like the people that go through the code, they changed something in the code, and that's how it got picked up. They've noticed that his quarry seemed familiar. It went from he was wrong to start his hunt on Tuesday in the code. Like the only people that could know that it was there was the coders, the people that walked through the code for the mystery, and they saw that he was wrong to start his hunt on Tuesday, which sparked a little bit of a like weird thing. What does that mean? Like so they started investigating it, And then randomly that update came out, and he was wrong to start his hunt on Tuesday. He changed from that to his quarry seemed familiar. And then that was like, what the fuck does that mean? And why was it changed? And what's this hint for? And there was like a direct hint from Rockstar to the coders that go through the code of the game files and stuff. And then they picked up on it, and the code walkers got it, and they figured it out. But that's why I think it was solved too quick, and it was the basics were overlooked. And but it was definitely a clue. It's just everyone's overlooking it because it's already solved, and now it's just brushed off to the side. But I think
Right.
it still needs to be applied.
I agree with that part, dude, because I was wondering, I'm like, why was that given to us? That was given to us way too easily solved. It was not even told, about, anywhere, not on the social club. It just thrown in there. They just did it. It really gave the community a scare because they're like, oh, great, is a jetpack going to now be an update, or are we uselessly hunting? They knew that it was going to fuck with people at the same time, but the people that are diligent hunters and that pretty much know how to read Rockstar knew that it was a clue itself, even though, yes, it was an Easter egg, but there was more to it. There was more to it, we just didn't know what. And what you're saying makes perfect sense. I mean, even how you're saying it, it could possibly be we had to go, say on Monday, for example, to anywhere, Los Angeles Customs in the middle of the city, and stand there for 8 seconds or 20 seconds, and then go here on Tuesday and do the same, and then go there and and if we do that, that would make sense because having it timed like that makes perfect sense. That would stop anybody from randomly going to those locations just randomly and getting it unlocked because you had to wait there, telling Rockstar, hey, I did my research, I followed the clues, I figured you out, motherfucker, and now I'm gonna sit my ass
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
And
Yeah, you were just saying too about like understanding like little bits and pieces of the game, like it's there, only certain people understand it. Like going on that too, like a little bit of people like some people understand the music aspect of the game, some people understand the movie aspects, and I there's just a whole bunch of little things, and that's what Rockstar wants you all to come together as a collective and use everybody's knowledge and every little bits and piece of pop culture and come together and apply it all together and figure it out. And I think if we do that, we can figure out the most important locations we need to follow. We need to figure out what is most important about that location and why that location.
I
But I think
like
if we
that
all
you
come
said
together
that.
and
That
it's all
makes, dude, that makes so much sense, dude. Honestly, it actually puts me at ease a little bit. Um, because of one reason, dude. Especially in the DLC, the biker DLC. I think you got disconnected from me. I'll re-invite you.
yeah, just yeah.
But just, I mean, this is not just in the biker DLC, but it's happened a lot. For example, the biker DLC, especially. I found so many clues. That's why this video that I've been working on and telling people it's coming soon, and it's like a month now. And the reason is I've been finding so many clues taking me in different directions, and it's almost hard for me to organize it, to figure it out, to make sure I'm giving you guys, the viewers, the right information. So it's taking me so much longer. And you saying what you just said makes sense. Maybe there are. People that are supposed to focus at what they're good at focusing on, and that's what Rockstar kind of means by teamwork. You're good at movies, okay? So you're gonna help by talking about movies and showing us what you found through that avenue. Okay, this guy's good at music. Okay, this guy's good at entertainment with clothes. This guy's good at TV shows. So you know what I mean. And maybe you're right. Maybe that's what we should be doing instead of like knocking each other for having our own styles. Maybe we should all get together and actually unite as a unit. And maybe that's what we need to do because maybe it's too hard as one person trying to look at it as an overall. Maybe it's too hard to get in the details of every single different avenue of clues that they're showing us. Because it's a big task, dude. And we've been trying to do it maybe the wrong way for 3 years, and that's maybe why it's not solved so far. So I like what you said there. Also think about it, man. Like, yeah, when you mentioned that about the times sitting there for a couple minutes here or there, that makes sense too. Also regarding the loading screen pictures because they're talking about cutoff for the money or whatever is November this or just looking at those loading screens. Like guys, if you load up your game right now, you'll see a couple loading screens and a lot of different timed stuff. It just makes me really wonder if maybe this mystery is timed. If you guys remember, I came out with that mystery video releasing information about how I believe there's a secret tunnel. It was like a 58-minute video. In there, I showed a website called the ChiliadMystery.com. And that was suspicion in itself because it had information that seemed to change each time we solved a certain part. Like, the Ultras camp, and then now we got the tunnels that we're stuck on. But it also has an expiration date on that website. Okay, it says the beginning of it was right after the game came out, but there's an expiration
Okay,
date.
you join my clubhouse.
Okay, but that makes me really concerned. Like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't make sense. Why is there an expiration date on this? Okay, when you look it up, who made that website? It's a place 20 minutes away from a Rockstar location, headquarters in Toronto, I believe. So, I mean, a lot of this is suspicious, and it does go back to maybe a timed event or a timed, Easter egg, or I wonder if it is. And if it is, will they let us know that we failed to discover it in time if we don't meet the deadline? Like, so many questions with so many good, plausible, roads leading to these different theories that we're talking about and different, open-ended questions that I bring into the table. If any of you guys in the comments want to leave your thoughts or ideas on this, definitely let us know. And whoever asked me about the bull mask, I like that you noticed that enough to ask the question. I can't answer that question until you watch the video that's coming out, hopefully today. I'm trying for today, guys, but I don't want to make no promises, but it's going to come out soon. I know, but it's going to be a good one, I promise that. So let me get in your thing here, Delta. Where do I go?
I invited you.
All right.
Who is that? Sparky. Yeah, the webs are still very mysterious. But the Red Dead Redemption 2, I can't wait for that game. I really can. And I really think there's going to be a bigger mystery in that one, just because I think Rockstar really understands that Easter eggs are very big now. I think they knew that when they were making GTA5, obviously, but I think they really understand how big and deep it really can get. And I think they're really going to add something big into RDR2. I don't know about if they will add anything from the Chiliad Mystery into there, just because it's set back west, like in the old days, and like obviously Los Santos wouldn't be here, so like I don't know if they'll make that connection or not. They might. I think it'd be pretty cool, just because they always add stuff from their previous games, but I don't know.
Can you send me that? Send me that invite again. So you know what, dude? I'm still sold on Red Dead Redemption, the original, not Revolver, but Redemption, having a mystery in it. I really do believe that there's some sort of, maybe not mystery, but definitely a big Easter egg that we missed. And I think that's, not all of the clues that show us the Rockstar's past in GTA 5, but I think some of them are trying to tell us, hey, listen, dude, you missed something. Go back and see what it is. It might help you understand this Easter egg.
Yeah, Carl, it is good to be back. It is good to be back. Yeah, I know I've been away for a while. Other games, life.
Also on the social club.
But yeah.
Dude, on the social club, guys, Delta showed me a picture brought to my attention of a guy in that new bike that's coming out tomorrow that looks very similar to the bike that I opened up this broadcast/video with. And, a lot of clues are in the paragraphs on that whole page, on that social club page, that Newswire page. Definitely look at that, guys, if you can. They're really clever the way they word things and show things. So pay attention to that stuff if you can too. Always look at the Newswire. And, they always give you different information on different pages in different ways. So let me know what you guys end up finding on your ventures through Rockstar's websites. The Delta 9 group, huh?
Yeah.
Whoever asked the question about my mask, it has nothing to do with what's in the corner here. Nothing. At all. Just saying.
Yes, Tripper Savage. I believe the eclipse is very important. And I believe it has to do with like enlightenment and stuff, just because I don't know, it just all makes sense that way. it all snaps the pieces together.
See, the eclipse confuses me because some people show pictures of them seeing an eclipse. Uh, Coincidentally, they're always shitty pictures, like a guy with a cell phone showing his TV. But nonetheless, it's always, you know, a couple people showing pictures, and I'm wondering because
Well,
this whole
Danny,
time,
to be honest though, like, I mean, there's one eclipse where you can definitely get to happen, but I really wouldn't classify that as eclipse. And I actually kind of get like upset and like mad at people that like actually believe that what they're seeing is an eclipse because like they just take the rain and the way the rain is, I can't explain it, but there's a way to get one that looks similar to an eclipse, but it's not really an eclipse. The other one's actually really difficult to get, and I've only seen it one time. And there's a
that's what
guy that
I've,
has a video of it on YouTube, and that one he's seen it too. But all the investigation I've ever done into the sun and moon cycle in this game, and trying to get an eclipse occur, I've only seen it once, and it wasn't even that like great. And I don't know, it's really hard to spot, and that's why I've always thought, even though I'm a true believer and really do think there's going to be an eclipse in this game, no matter what, I just
well,
I think
Vortexia
it's like
Bradshaw just said, "Is the eclipse solar or lunar?" As there is a
I think
difference.
it's
That's a, that's a really good statement right there. Really good. I can't answer
I
that.
think I just think we're doing things wrong so that until we get the right things correct, like the right things right, we won't see the eclipse happen. Like we're only going to see the eclipse, whether it be in a cutscene or actually physically see it like triggered in our game or whatever, if everything is correct. And I don't think obviously we haven't gotten everything correct, or else we would have solved it.
Well,
So
you know what?
I think
That's what I was gonna get to. I was gonna say, like, it upsets me to see that people have seen it because I really felt from all of our research that when we see an eclipse, we are in the, the wonderness of seeing the solved mystery explained, or the Easter egg being revealed. We did it. The eclipse. Yes, we solved the mystery. So when I seen people seeing it, I was like, fuck. I've never seen an eclipse, and so it's not that special then, because some people have seen it and it didn't do shit. So maybe, like you're saying, maybe it wasn't the true
yeah,
eclipse. It wasn't
it
the
wasn't.
right.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you're right
There
on
was a
that.
big one. There was a big one that went out recently in the past like year, and someone said, "Oh yeah, look, I have an eclipse occur," and it happens in the game. I can't really explain it basically, but basically if you take away the rain, the sun and the moon are nowhere near each other. So you can't just add rain to the game and say, okay, they're near each other, that's an eclipse, just because the shadow of what's created because you added rain looks like an eclipse doesn't mean it's a fucking eclipse.
Right.
Like it's not an actual eclipse. Like you can actually have an eclipse occur, and it's a lot better than the one that they're trying to claim is an eclipse.
You know what? Thank you, because
And
maybe I need to improve my. I should never have even thought that unless I took a better, closer look at that. Now I should go back and look at those. Maybe they aren't real, true eclipses anyway. So
yeah,
maybe that's a good thing you said that. Also, they're talking about lunar. Vortexia Bradshaw brought up a good point. Lunar or solar, and guys, I just told you to look at that Newswire page specifically showing off tomorrow's updates, and that picture's a really nice picture to look at. And also in the paragraph below it, they said they're bringing a new mode in, and how the day and the night cycles change every 60 seconds, and how the nighttime is going to help the devils. And the daytime is going to help the angels, like the two different teams. So, I mean, not only does that back up the theory that we kind of already talked about with maybe timed events being important or timed places, but also the day and night cycles might, you know, they might play a big part into this, especially trying to understand if we need a solar or lunar, because I'm not really sure. Delta, what do you think? Lunar or solar? What do you think the eclipse is that we need and that we're going to see?
that's a tough one. I want to say like lunar seems more of like the more possible one. But everything and all the clues that I see and all the research I've done and just what I know with astronomy and astrology and everything else, it's more of a solar eclipse that we need. But maybe, then again, we talk about duality and opposite. So if the game's telling me solar, maybe it really is a lunar. The lunar just seems more possible. But then again, like I said, solar is more hard to see. It's more rare, so maybe that's the one they actually did use.
Is it more hard to see in the game or in real life?
in real life, and I would assume the game too. Um, like I said, lunar just seems more possible, just because it can happen about three times within the map, the way the sun and the moon operate.
Right.
But solar would only happen like once, and it's like a rare event. So
Right.
I don't know.
So, we talked about at the beginning, I asked you about that loading screen, which I really feel strongly about. I really think that's a clue. The Zentorno, the T20, and the Aquarius. And right here, you got a pig's head and another pig's head. And in Red Dead Redemption, a legendary animal to hunt was Gordo the boar. And I just broke down that, whatchamacallit earlier, one of those vehicles, and I related it to Mount Gordo. So maybe I'm right, Delta. Maybe I'm onto something.
And you were saying about time too before too, and this DLC, like a lot of the clues coming out and stuff, like recently, like I don't know, I feel like they are giving us more and more clues, and there's I don't know,
Let's
several
start up. Let's
opinions.
start
I
up one of the
think,
missions while we shoot the shit on that.
yeah, yeah. I think one of the I have to join your crew, Motorcycle Club. Invite me to it.
Oh, I do.
Or you're not. You're in my clubhouse here. We don't invite you. I should have got it. Um, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like either we're getting close and they know it, so they're giving us more clues so we can solve it. That's one option. Or I think maybe it is time based. Maybe it's at a certain date at a certain time they'll drop something, and it is going to be something like DLC. And I don't know. I feel like I was telling Danny this earlier. I'm going to sound crazy speaking this way, but I mean, it is the truth. I'm a mystery hunter too, so I could sound crazy all I want. But the real life is like exactly like this game. This game is based off of real life, and it's trying to teach you lessons, and like even life lessons, and people pick up life lessons in many different things: movies, music. Every story has a lesson to learn. And just because I see things and I learn my lessons through some of the stories that GTA throws at me, doesn't mean that you'll pick it up or Danny will pick it up or anyone or something. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll pick it up in a different way. But anyway, they have lessons to be taught. Lessons are being taught, and there's lessons to be learned. And if you look at real life, look at where we are in real life. Like literally on the brink of World War III. I'm not gonna lie, like everyone's like heads in their phones all day and playing video games all day, and like the world really is on the brink of World War III, and like elections are like rigged, and a lot of conspiracies are coming out to be true, and all this stuff is like real, and like GTA's been saying it since 2013. They basically made a game on real life and said basically if you don't learn your lessons, you're basically gonna destroy yourself. And if you look at it, it's been 3 years now, and as we can see with their 3 year anniversary, and they're basically saying, look, it's all coming true. I mean, we have Donald Trump running for president of the United States, and we have Hillary Clinton. And look inside the game, we have Jock Cranley and Sue Murray. And then we have all the conspiracies that are built into it. And recently they have claimed that aliens are real. Like there's some thing that they have found, some emails and stuff like that, that aliens are real. And look, we have aliens in the game. And there's just a lot, there's just a bunch of like stuff that like Rockstar put into the game based on real life. And it's actually happening in real life. So maybe we see posters for Los Santos 2020. One big conspiracy in real life is that the true end of the world is in the year 2020, and that the New World Order will take control in the year 2020. So maybe in the year 2020, maybe they'll release a DLC that will basically, I mean, we're getting closer and closer, and the closer we get, the more clues we get.
That's
So
crazy,
maybe in
dude.
2020 we actually get DLC that contains our final mystery piece.
Trevor
And
even says
maybe we'll
NWO in
only
the
get it
game.
if we are true. Yeah, exactly. He even says to on the way down to the docks to I think it's like Floyd's cousin or Floyd himself or something says, "Do you know who the New World Order is?" And He says the private militia to the New World Order is whose Merryweather is, actually. So
That's
he even
crazy,
mentions the New
dude.
World Order.
And that 2020
So
posters found at, like, what is it, Omega's trailer park, right? One of the new vehicles found is the Vortex bike. And the word Vortex, if you Google the definition of it, you'll find that the word Omega is directly associated with it in certain ways, too. So, I mean, a lot of crazy shit, dude. And then what you're saying is actually backed up not by facts, but by definite shit that's been given to us in updates, recent updates.
yeah.
So it's like, dude, everything that you're saying, I can't even disprove if I tried because it's on point, dude. And it's like Rockstar to do that. How the hell, though, was Rockstar able to tell the future? Honestly, I had to give it out to Wispy Woods because he said that to me a long time ago that Rockstar knows the future, and I didn't know what he was talking about. That was way when I first started hunting, but it does seem like they do. I mean, it always seems like they are predicting what's happening in the future, and I don't get it. I just
It's
don't
only because like
understand.
they take the present world and you can see how where we're going. Like it's not good. Like it's not like it's not like it's we're destroying ourselves, and like it's doesn't take a genius to see that. Like the game portrays America the exact way it really is. Not even just America, the world for the way it is. And if you don't see it in the real world, maybe the video game that you're so obsessed with and you play all day long, well, maybe that will teach you and show you. And you find it funny in the game, but really it's not that funny because really it is the truth. That really is going on. And you're just too blind to see it in real life. You know, oh, it's just a video game. It's just a video game. No, it's more than just a video game.
Right.
It's life.
Yeah,
And
it is.
Vortexia Bradshaw even just said it too. Everyone has a midlife crisis, and that's exactly it. I've been saying it for a long time now. Everyone has a midlife crisis, and just like in real life, everyone has a midlife crisis, and everyone's going through it. And you got to learn your life lessons. And like I said, I've learned some lessons through the game. I've learned some lessons outside of the game. I've learned some lessons because Rockstar made me going through this mystery. I did some research and was like, wow, I really learned a lesson there. And like I woke up, and I think that's all it is. I think Rockstar really just wants everyone to wake up and see that
Yeah,
you find it
yeah,
funny, but it's really
back
not that funny.
back on the yeah, back right to the enlightenment thing, which I firmly believe in. Looking at this, dude, I never seen this clue before. Look at this Fleeca credit card. I've seen this the logo before a million times, but never did I associate it with like Maze Bank. Like you got the FL and then the EE is definitely pronounced and colored differently. And we have the big cube at Maze Bank, which one of the viewers one time sent me. I talked about it in viewer's voice before, Easter egg, the E and the backwards E. Why are they constantly? Could this possibly mean Easter egg? Is this why they're pronouncing these E's like this? Like why else? That's just a question. I don't know if you have no one has an answer to. Obviously, it's just I'm throwing that out there. My brain's kind of going at the same time I'm talking, so hopefully I don't sound dumb. But this is kind of what I'm seeing and thinking about as it's the first time it hit me this way because I'm looking at it with a different perception, I guess, right? Like what the hell? EE. We got the cube at the maze bank. Yeah, dude, that looks very like similar, like the same fucking clue between two different banks. Isn't it? Look at that. And look at that's even the shadow of that E. It's like a forward E and a backwards E. Look at that on the credit card. Like, again, making a cube, like if you're looking at a square from the corner, you see that those two sides of the cube.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I just noticed that now. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Um, let's see here. Outrider. Okay. Let's go do this. By the time this mission ends, we'll probably be done with the discussion. We're actually longer than I wanted to spend on the video anyway. I was going to make a shorter one for you guys today, maybe make it more appealing for people that want to sit down for an hour and a half, but hey, what are you going to do? I did want to go over one more thing with you, and then the rest is just up for grabs, basically. Oh, where do I have to go? What am I doing? Where am I going?
Go to content. Oh yeah, and, well, one thing I do want to point out too, with like the whole midlife crisis thing. In the very beginning of the game, Michael and Franklin are talking in front of his pool, and he talks about how he's becoming a. He's like, maybe, just maybe, you'll become a three-bit gangster. And I was recently playing a storyline and just was casually. I've done it multiple times before, but just wanted to see like all the dialogue really that happens after the game is over. Like I play the karma theory like almost every playthrough. Like I try my best to do based off of karma theory and stuff like that. I try that best I can every playthrough. And so I wanted to see the good reactions that I was receiving when the story was over and stuff like that. And I got one piece of dialogue that basically says, "We did it, we did it. We became three-bit gangsters." And I feel like that's like a big piece to that. Like it'll only happen if you choose like option C, which is to save everybody. So I feel like that's like by them confirming we did it, we became three-bit gangsters. You completed their goal of from
That
the
does
beginning.
make sense. I never felt comfortable killing off one of the characters, although I've always wondered if that was maybe why we had to. Because no one feels comfortable killing Michael or Trevor. Maybe Trevor's to some people that don't understand him in the way I kind of look at him. But I'm wondering, dude, like maybe they want us to go against what we want to do. Maybe there's a reason why we should, and I just haven't seen it yet. But I think that we do need to keep all three alive. I think the mystery, for some reason, keeps on pointing back at Trevor, but I'm stuck there. I just know that they're pointing their finger at him. My video that's coming out next will definitely go more into detail. I already made a video talking about is Trevor the key, basically, but I just don't know why. I just keep on seeing the clues of them pointing their finger at him, but I don't know if that's hey, kill him, hey, keep him alive, hey, he's gonna be the key, hey, he's a big block in your way. Get rid of him. I don't
That's
know
like
what
yeah, I
they're
was telling
saying.
you and like you and Matt earlier. I just feel like Trevor like he understands life. Like Michael really he just doesn't get it. He's lost, he's miserable. Franklin's young, he still needs to learn some things, but he's showing Trevor and Michael the ropes of the city that he was born and raised in. And then and Trevor's just the one that's like I don't know, mutual. He's happy. He's the what was that? He's perfect balance. That's what he was. He's perfect balanced, and he's the yin and the yang. And he's just he's happy in living in Blaine County in a trailer, away from fake people. And I think everyone just needs to learn from him, and that's why that's why I think a lot of clues point to Trevor, and that's why you feel like you either got to kill Trevor or just kill everybody else and save Trevor. But I think it's just more of we need to learn from Trevor. I think that's all it really is.
There's a movie that I watched that you directed me to um, about a guy that now lives in a trailer, but he's happy. He was rich, but now he's very happy. He's a very enlightened person. Um, and that movie was called I Am. You guys can watch it on Netflix. I recommend it to everybody, hunter or not. But there's some stuff in there that kind of is similar to this game, like the one house, like you pointed out to me, looks like Michael's house. The trailer looks like Trevor's trailer, but on the subject of this guy was like a movie director, but on the subject of that, kind of want to mention something that you told me and give a little sneak peek hint cliffhanger to what me and you are going to do next for everybody. But you were telling me some stuff that I didn't know, and shit, man, I never knew this. The heists, like and movies, like if you want to tell these guys about what you told me, man, this is some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, so like all the heists and stuff in like the game, and not even just heists. Like there's some missions even, and like some cutscenes that are taken directly from like real life movies, and like it basically, like I said, it's all about pop culture, and so it's like understand. Like some people are gonna understand that and pick it up. Like I never knew that until someone told me that, and but it like frame for frame, scene for scene, like it's there. Like the whole, you could look at the movie and you could look at the game, and you're like, holy shit! Like that is the game, that is the movie. Like it's that. That's what they did there.
Like,
Um,
man, like what movie? Any examples? Like anything that you can? Like, remember it all? If not, that's
I
okay.
think one of them I think is the Italian Job, and that's obviously the very last one where you can
Pacific
pick the
Standard.
yeah, you can pick the four like Mini Coopers, and you're just driving around. You have to like do a whole bunch of stuff. That's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Drivers, another one. In fact, Driver, when they were making GTA 5, they actually came out and said they didn't even realize that how many fans like GTA people were out there. Um, like the movie Drive or Driver, I forget what it is. I've never seen it. Movie, I don't know. Anyway, so they have it's in the title name is actually in GTA writing. It has I forget what the writing's called, but it's actually GTA writing. And so they did things in the movie that were based off of GTA games. But then when GTA 5 was made, they took a scene from Drive and they put it in the game, basically saying thank you for choosing our game in your movie. We're gonna put now your movie in our game,
Oh,
and
nice.
that's what they did there. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's
But yeah,
badass.
back to the other movie that music brought up here. He says the Tom Shadyac was actually a movie director. He's directed Bruce Almighty, Ace Ventura, stuff like that, and he was a well-known movie director. And he was in a bike accident, like a mountain bike accident, and he said he experienced some crazy stuff, and he just basically questioned his life after this bike accident that like made him paralyzed for a while and stuff like that. And he questioned life, and ever since then he's been on this basically on this like enlightenment thing. And he created this movie called I Am, and it basically goes through everything about basically about life and um, basically how you're being like lied to and um, just he's looked at things in a different way and how money isn't making him happy. Money never made him happy. And he gave up everything in his life from being a movie director, millions and millions of dollars. He donates millions and millions to charities now. And he gave up his $1 million home and now lives in a trailer in a desert. I'm not even kidding. And he's Tom Shadyac, look him up. But again, I Am on Netflix. Very much recommend that movie.
It's
Everyone should
funny
watch it.
too because it does seem Rockstar, took from that
Took
a
some
little
parts
bit
of it.
because not
Like
only is
Michael's house looks like Tom Shadyak's house, which is kind of weird to me. It's like they took the movie and put it in the game as well.
right, and like even Dan and Sam Hauser, when you look at like the stuff of them talking about when they made the game, they actually talk about Michael and Trevor being mirrored like people, the same person, but on opposite sides of the spectrum, basically. The way he worded it, he did use the word mirror too. But
Hmm.
it's funny because those are the two people that or two characters that we see from the film. But the thing is, he moves into a trailer, so that's directly associated with Trevor ultimately, and Trevor's the one in the game where you wouldn't know this at first, but as you get to learn it and understand the mystery and everything that you're learning, he's the one that's ultimately the most enlightened. So it actually lines up beautifully, and like you said, with the heists being tied directly to movies and scenes from different movies, it makes me really wonder, dude. Like,
Like
what?
Trevor even says to Michael in one of the missions. I honestly forget the mission name, but he says they're fighting in in Trevor's trailer, and he says something about Michael says something to Trevor about perfect balance. He says perfect balance. He said, you want to talk about perfect balance? What's perfect balance? That you do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is for yoga and meditation, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are for hookers and sticking up joints, and then the other days are for something else. And he says, is that perfect balance? And Michael says, you're right. He says, I'm sorry. And he says, I think Trevor doesn't even forgive him or something. He's like, apology not accepted or some shit like that. And he, but basically it is about perfect balance. And you
That's
can be Michael,
hilarious.
which is fake as hell, living in Los Santos, being fake, or you can be real. And even though you can, it's okay. Even though you can be good, it's okay to be bad, but you don't have to be bad and disobey the rules. You can abide by the rules as long as I can't. It's just
No,
you
it's
can be
making
good and
sense. I
you can
get
be
what you're
bad at the
saying.
same time. It's okay to
Right.
be bad as long as you obey by the rules, and that's what Trevor does.
Right. Right.
Doesn't play by the rules exactly, but he doesn't let people. He doesn't take shit from people. He does what he wants, and if killing people is justified for a reason, he'll kill them for a reason. But like you
Eh,
see when he tortures that one guy, he says, "Kill him. There's no use for him anymore." And he's like, "I'm not going to tell some G-men to tell me what to do." He's like, "I'm going to take you to the airport, and you can go off and tell people that we need people like you to advocate about torture, and that's your life lesson, learning about torture."
right. Right. That was in the water torture
Yeah.
mission. You know what? That's crazy because, like you said about the heists in the movie Connections, that you didn't know that until someone told you about it, and you're a damn good hunter. So the thing is, we can't beat each other up if like we missed clues that might seem obvious to other people. That's where the teamwork plays in. Like you said earlier, pop culture. Like some people are going to be good at movies, some are going to be good at music, and so on. And we just talked about the heist connection and movies, and there's another movie connection in the game, and we're gonna get more in detail. This is kind of like a cliffhanger I want to give you guys, but me and Delta are gonna go in detail with something that's gonna really shock some people because it's really cool and awesome the way Delta is going to help bring this information to the table. But it's going to make a lot of things make more sense, especially some of our previous discussions and some of my other videos that I couldn't go too much into detail about. So we're going to wrap all that kind of stuff up soon with a video coming out. I can't tell you anything else, but it's going to come out hopefully sometime soon. We're working on it. So wait for that one, guys. And is there anything I can't finish this mission, dude? I keep getting my ass kicked because I'm trying to focus on the chat, trying to drive, which I suck at. You guys know that by now. And yeah, so
I'm not even. I'm supposed to collect them. I'm not contact them. Just
yeah,
stop
have
playing.
fun doing that because they're kicking my ass.
GTA 5 decoders. I don't know what you mean by we're failing to see the bigger picture. I don't know if you've ever seen me and Danny's work on some of the other videos posted by Danny, but I don't think we're missing the bigger picture. If anything, we're trying to tell you guys the bigger picture.
Right, right. You
I
know, there's some clues I still don't understand, and I have a whole bunch of those things. I just wish I knew a way to bring it to the table because,
but if
like for example,
I was
someone
gonna say
in the
decoders,
go ahead, you good?
decoders. If you have anything to add, go for it. I don't mean to sound like an asshole when I said that, but
No,
if you have anything to add of why we're missing the bigger picture, feel free to put it,
yeah,
post
like
it.
if you got the frame or something, let me know. I'll try to fill in the blanks, bro. I want to see the bigger picture. I can use my imagination if I have to. Listen, East and West, that's been brought up a lot lately, and you've brought it up before. That's something that I keep on seeing now that you brought it up to me, Delta. And we have this Eastern motel here that we got to go collect these guys from, right? And someone, I can't remember your name, sorry if you want to say it again in the chat, go ahead. But someone asked in the chat recently couple minutes ago about the V in Grand Theft Auto 5. Basically, there's a Grand Theft Auto 5 or GTA V, and for example, right here at this motel, it says Eastern on it. Okay, again, picking out the location, north, east, or west, or south, and then we got the V here. Okay, stuff like that in weird spots and making us come back to these spots for weird missions makes me think, okay, what am I not seeing between the 5 and the V? Okay, also, I've brought you guys to this location a million times. Frequencies are a big deal. We got Rebel Radio, hints to the underground tunnels, and we have Animal Arc, which I've went into before, but I've just noticed this today. I'm not really sure why, but ponder this and let me know what you guys think. On the word pets on the top, just seems out of place. It says limited edition. Why the hell does it say that? Was there something in the special edition of this game that we overlooked that they're trying to maybe, give us a clue on? Let me know your thoughts on that if you guys have thoughts on it or time. But so far, man, everything that we've talked about, I feel very strongly about. I think that, we're bringing up some good topics, and I can't wait to see what the viewers have to say, in the future when this is a video and not a broadcast, or, anything that you guys have, let us know. Even if it sounds stupid in your head or you're not really sure about it, or you think you're going to sound crazy, don't worry about it because we're all hunters here. People think we're nuts as it is. So speak your mind. Let us know what you guys think, honestly. because
I don't
you
care
might
how
have the
tinfoil
breaking.
it sounds.
Right. How much
Tinfoil hats
toast
are
is in
welcome.
there, you know? It doesn't matter. You guys might have the missing piece that will help us see the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Hey, you never know.
Yeah, GTA 5 coders, it's not just about sacred symbols either, man. I know it's about that. It's just there's so much more than just sacred symbols. Like, what do the sacred symbols show you? And then where do you learn from that? Where do you go from there? And then you can't just like take information from outside of GTA and say, okay, that's there in the game. You have to then apply it to the game and see how the game applies to that information. And there is a lot. There's tons and tons and tons. But I think that's what we're trying to. I think that's what me and Danny are kind of trying to do, trying to show you guys like
We're even
what
narrowing
these
it
sacred
down for
symbols.
you by saying
Not
pop culture, you
yeah.
know?
We're going a little deeper than what just what the sacred symbols mean. Like the sacred symbols have led us to know that this is what is being talked about with those sacred symbols. And hard to explain.
You
Just
know,
make it a little bit easier for
it
people
is
to
hard to
get.
explain, you know, because ultimately the mystery isn't solved yet. It's not solved. So honestly, none of this is fact. We're not telling you facts, but we've been in it for 3 years. We know it well. We've trialed and errored. We've talked amongst other hunters. We've been on social platforms. We've been YouTube, Reddit. We kind of know that basically what we're telling you is the best you're gonna get so far, and it's you should definitely like at least take some consideration in of our words because we kind of do know what we're talking about. At least we think we do, and it seems to be coming true so far, not only in the game but in real life, as Delta just mentioned a little bit ago. So I think we are getting close. We just need more help. We need more people to get into it. Tell your friends about it. It's still a sad thing that you can go into a GTA Online lobby, okay, and talk to a stranger about the Chiliad Mystery, and they're gonna be like, "What? Peanut butters and fish fries, huh?" Like, they don't know what you're talking about, dude. They're completely lost. We are a very small community compared to GTA 5 as a whole, as it is. But the thing is, we're going to be such a bigger community as hunters in more upcoming games like GTA 6 and shit if we do solve this, because I believe this is going to be the biggest Easter egg of all time.
Red Dead Redemption hype. Woo!
Dude, I'm telling you, when this mystery gets solved, it's going to not only give credibility to us hunters, we're not going to be loony bins with tinfoil hats on anymore, but the Easter egg is going to be such a big Easter egg, it's going to blow shit out of the water. And you know what, dude? This community is going to raise. It's going to be so much more validated. More people are going to join it. So now further harder mysteries, like I believe will be probably in Red Dead 2, we'll have an easier time or a better chance at solving because it's not going to be such a smaller community. Out of the, world records they broke selling this game, I think it was the biggest piece of entertainment as a whole sold, world record breaking ever. So if you want to take the Chiliad Mystery and compare it to itself of Grand Theft Auto 5 as a whole, dude, we're like what, 2% of the GTA 5 community? The Chiliad Mystery Hunters? I mean, it's not going to be nowhere near half. We're not half of everyone that plays a game. I would say 5%. Out of everyone that plays GTA 5, 5% of them are hunters. Because there's a lot of people that are on this game. Like I said, you can go into an online lobby and they're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about. They're not even going to know about the mural. They probably never even seen the mural. You know what I mean? They're all just in it for the fast money, bitches in the cars. They don't give a flying fuck about the mural. They're like, oh, nice, crazy Aztec shit. I'm done. There's your secret symbol for the day, bitch. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, but the thing is, we're going to be the ones that benefit the most when we solve it. They will too. They'll see, the 2-minute video on YouTube, and they'll say, okay, nice, that's a jetpack, let me go get it. But we're going to be the ones that satisfy the most out of it because no matter what it is, it could be a friggin' a tit, some girl flashing her tit at the end, and I'll be so happy because I was a part of it. I think that that's going to be the big thing too. The people that were really working at it and a part of the mystery, that's going to be the best part because we all teamed up as a whole, as a unit, and united to solve something, and the bigger picture was revealed. I think that's going to be the best feeling that you can get from a video game, especially like a mystery in a video game. I can't wait for us to solve it. That's why I'm asking you guys to please team up. Tell your friends. Get more involved if you can, if you got the time. And definitely leave comments. Tune in, because we're always going to be, I'm always at least going to be trying to reunite with you guys, see what you guys have to say, and then, bring out more videos like Viewer's Voice, where it's just your guys' information that you send me. Like, I'm going to always look to you guys, because you guys, believe it or not, are where I get some of the biggest stuff that I find from. Like, some of the biggest clues that led me to some of my biggest discoveries were from you guys, not from another YouTuber. Okay? So, keep in mind, even though you don't have a YouTube channel, your shit might be like some big shit. So don't feel, oh, I'm crazy for sharing this on this website. Don't worry about it, dude. Share it. Sound crazy. I don't give a fuck. Because if you're crazy, I'll just tell you you're crazy. That's it. Easy as that. That was like a good 2-minute rant. Holy shit, did I say that in one breath? Fuck. So, Delta, anything else from the comments? Or should we kind of wrap it up? Or not for sex. It kind of sounded bad to a newcomer.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I think it went pretty well.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for jumping in. I am about 90% done with that video I've been talking about. Got most of it recorded and all put together. Just putting the last pieces of that puzzle together for you. Hopefully tomorrow. It'll be out by tomorrow, I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. But if not, then it's going to take me a couple more days, because I'm going to include the stuff from tomorrow in the video, so it's going to take me a little longer. So I'm pushing by the end of today. I'm praying for it. So thank you guys all for jumping in. Stay tuned. Big thanks to Delta. Seriously, Delta, thanks for jumping in. Always awesome hanging out with you and talking with you, bro.
Yep.
And
talking to you. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. No problem. And I'll see you guys in the next video or broadcast. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, guys, because 50%, if not more, of that is my broadcasting done on Twitter, not here on YouTube. Okay, so if you want to see more online live broadcasts, okay, go on, not Twitter, Jesus Christ, Twitch, I'm sorry. I knew something sounded wrong, that's why I stopped. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I saying? Twitch.tv/MusicVidiot. Go there and follow me, guys. That's definitely a good way to get in touch with me and to see what else I have in store for you motherfuckers. So twitch.tv/MusicVidiot. Hit me up on Twitter if you want. All my social media information is in the description below. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure. I'll see you guys in the next video or broadcast, whichever comes first. And until next time, I love you all. Take it easy. Stay tuned. Don't beat up your parents or your siblings. And if you do, cover it up so they don't tell on you or press charges. And, as always, peace, you motherfuckers.
Are you done?
I am. I'm just going to let it fade out while I drive into the sunset like a beautiful bull that I am. Oh, fuck. Oh, you asshole. Well, I guess I'm going to end out with asshole, not peace. Until next time, guys. Asshole.